feel the fight and have control of him. So normally I try to avoid that distance where my arm needs to be fully extended to touch his legs. Normally in this distance I'm a little bit closer. So I measure this distance to the point with like this distance where the person cannot control my leg. So if he tries to control my leg, it's hard. And at the same time, like my shoulders will be and my arms will be touching his leg. So there's a little bit of weight on the leg, just so I can feel him. I don't like to be too far. I feel like when I go too far, I need to do a very like strong move to attack him, and that first will make me get tired, and second, I think like it doesn't connect very well. So normally it's this distance. It doesn't matter if the person they have a spider guard or not. So use spider guard just as an example. So one thing that I focus a lot here is trying to disconnect my shoulders. So if this is the biggest problem why people cannot pass spider guard. Normally you see people passing spider guard and like they keep their elbows with this angle and they're driving forward, going in the middle of the leg. So you see them passing and they're like this, going side to side. So there's not a lot of work for the person on bottom. They're basically keeping a strong grip and controlling with the foot on the biceps. And the wrong approach and the wrong effort makes the person on top get tired, or they believe it to be impossible to pass because they feel that the person is very strong or maybe very flexible, and they switch their approach to the point where they quit passing and they go to a posture. They're like one knee up and one knee down, and then when you go to this posture, it becomes much easier for the person to just do an attack on you. So normally what I do from here is like I disconnect my shoulders from the foot. So if I stay here and the foot's on my shoulder or biceps, he has a lot of control and he can feel the movement. But as soon as I start disconnecting, it's much harder for him to feel, and I create a gap where I can start moving his feet. So the use of the C grip here will be important. Keep the spider guard strong. So whenever I disconnect, I have the chance to start moving. Again. So I'm here. I disconnect my shoulders, and then I move the legs. Again. You can rotate the C grip, disconnect the shoulder, and stack him. So the most important is to understand how to go in to create contact and out to make the person lose control. And whenever you make them lose control, before they readjust their guard, you're attacking them. So in this movement here, like there will be like a couple seconds where the person is very vulnerable here and they're gonna be trying to readjust themselves. So if I stay here always in contact, then it will be fine. As soon as I disengage my shoulders, I'm gonna have about like 2 to 3 seconds to attack. If I don't attack, he's gonna readjust himself. So I'm gonna move forward, readjust yourself. I'm gonna move, readjust yourself. So he either like pull me closer, so I have to step forward and he readjusts the grip on the sleeve and the foot on the biceps, or he's gonna drag himself closer. Like a lot of people, especially lighter people, they pull themselves close like this. So every time you move back, they go a little bit closer. So I need to understand that and move whenever he's vulnerable. So I move away. Before he adjusts himself, I attack him. Again. One thing that I like to do, especially when the person has really strong legs and really strong grips, is to use my leg behind his leg. That detail normally to me, like it makes the person get really, really weak for a second. So if his grip is really strong, and his leg is really strong, normally I go with the knee on the inside, especially because he's controlling double sleeve. And even if I get a little bit closer like this, like he's not gonna switch the grip to the pants because he's focusing on controlling my sleeves. So I'm here, I did this. I bend his leg, and that's gonna help me to attack. Again, moving, feel him really strong. I go with the leg on the inside, bending, and then I attack. So the most important for this position is to attack in that gap before the person start readjusting the guard. Another important detail is the use of the knee behind the person's leg. So there's two types of leg drag. You can look at this, please. One is that you drag the leg to the side and then you adjust yourself in the position. And the second style of leg drag is where the person on bottom, they're not gonna move. You basically lock them in the position and you move yourself around and fit in the position. So the second type of leg drag would look like this, where I shuffle to the side and I put myself in the leg drag position. I don't have to move him. And it's really important to know both styles because during this movement and connecting the techniques, you're gonna have to use both. So one, you can drill just moving the leg to the sides. Normally I use one hand for the leg drag. I don't like to use the cross grip. This is a style that people used to do before, where they go with the cross grip. I feel like don't need to do that. It's much easier to do with the same side. And you're not trying to drag too much. You're just trying to put the leg across your body. So you can step forward and lock the leg across like this. And again, then you're gonna have to beat the knee to get close to the upper body, but you did the first step, passing the feet. And the second style, it's when you, especially against people that are strong, you shuffle to the side, you get rid of the foot by using movement and speed. Normally starts with the Toriano pass, for example. The person's framing, and then you enter the leg drag using your legs. I get here, look. And whenever I get to this position, normally it's just trapping the leg. And then from here, I would fight the knee. So these are details that I believe are very important whenever you're trying to use this movement. Again, that posture where you are in contact with the person and you're feeling the legs, being able to disconnect and attack right away, because if you take too long, you're always giving the chance for the person to readjust themselves. And understanding the leg drag, the two types of leg drag that we use the most. One, it's you dragging the leg across your body. And the second style, it's where you shuffle to the side and you trap the leg. So both are very important, and we use both a lot. Another detail, it's like once you pass the knee using speed pass and you land on top of the hip. So from far, we started from the far distance, and in order to finish this pass that we normally land here, we have to make we need to make a decision here. The first thing that we are going to have to do is you either pin the person down and you stabilize this pass, or you wait for the person to react, and whenever they're reacting, you make the decision of creating a different attack, normally attacking the back or attacking the arms. So this is a scenario that it's also important for us to understand, because what will happen, like once you get really good using a speed pass, this scenario is going to be very common. And like I said, there's like a decision that needs to be made, and two options that will happen every time. You either hold the side control or you decide to slide and go to the back or create a submission attempt from there. Normally, I try to get good with both options, mainly because they're both really important. A lot of times we are losing the match and we really need to stabilize the side control and score the points, for example. So if I'm losing the match and I get to the side and the person starts turning to avoid the points, I will try to hold him down, especially if there's not a lot of time on the clock, to stabilize and win the match. If there's no time or is in the beginning of the match, I would go to a more dominant position. I would try to slide and go to the back.